Jay, give us an overview, please.
Yeah, great night tonight. Unbelievable crowd. I think two things really stand out. Our team was locked in from the first pitch. We talked a lot about just focusing on execution, and they did that really, really well. And this time of year, you win these games against these elite teams when great players play great, and that was certainly the case with Paul from the mound tonight, Brayden, Gavin from the batter's box. I thought it was a really solid game. Thought we played clean baseball, and our guys were guys, and that's what it takes to win games here.
Okay, open it up now for questions for the student athletes. Raise your hand, and we'll get a mic to you. And I saw Leah first.
Paul, Tony Vitello just said that he felt like you pitched backwards against Tennessee versus the last time he saw you. So what was kind of your game plan? What pitches were working?
Yeah, I mean, at different points today, I had all 4 pitches working. And, I mean, you have to look at obviously their lineup, but also, what's working for me. And went out there and made pitches, kind of through what they weren't expecting at times, and worked pretty well.
Okay, Sam.
Sam McCune from the World Herald. Paul, can you talk just a little bit about the night? That setting, 25,000 fans, throwing the way that you did, that experience, what it was like.
Yeah, it was awesome, and I think I'm going to need a little bit of time to kind of internalize that and take it all in, because I don't think I was able to do that as much as probably some other people were tonight. But it was an awesome experience to go out there and compete in front of that many people. Alex Box Stadium is a pretty cool place, but I mean, this is a different animal. It was really cool.
Okay, who you got? Yeah.
Yeah, Glenn Wesco, 247. Gavin and Brayden, just the hitters tonight, you guys seem to really just kind of pace yourselves, and it just really looked like you guys just did a good job of moving the offense when you needed to. Just how would you assess what you guys were able to do out there tonight?
Gavin, you start, please.
Absolutely. No, we had a plan, and I think we really stuck to it. We hit a lot of balls hard at people in the beginning, so it kind of showed you how we came out. But at the end of the day, we had a plan, and I think we did a really good job of doing that, as well as adjusting to the pitchers that came into the game. So we were just really locked in as a team.
Brayden?
Yeah, I agree with him. We were just focused on the plan that we had before the game, and slowing ourselves down, not getting too anxious, because it's an unbelievable environment. There's 20-something thousand people there, so just taking our breaths and focusing on our job.
Okay, next question. Who you got? Yeah, right here.
Jacques Doucet, WAP-TV in Baton Rouge. Brayden, in Round Rock, you reflected a lot about your improvement from last year to this year, and a huge game, obviously this much bigger stage, but this moment, this game for you, this performance tonight, and all the hard work, is it worth it?
Yeah, absolutely. This is what you play for, to come and play on this stage, and I'm very proud of my team, very proud of Paul, I'm very proud of Gavin. We all work really, really hard, and it's for these moments, so I'm just happy to be a part of it.
Okay, back over here. Yeah.
Miguel Paredes-Reyes, LSU Tiger TV. Paul, you hit your 200th strikeout of the season today, just 2 shy of the SEC record. Did you have that in mind at all in your outing tonight?
Not really. Found out about that after the game, which is pretty cool. But, yeah, I mean, it comes down to executing, and I think I did a good job of that today, especially early on. And so, it's really cool to do that. But, yeah, just a lot more happy with the execution, I think.
Okay.
Michael Cobble, WBRZ TV. If we can get Gavin and Brayden on this one. Just your feelings now that you kind of broke the seal on this thing and maybe took some of the mystique away from the College World Series, having success early. How much did that help you, Gavin and Brayden?
Gavin.
No, it was awesome. I've been waiting a long couple of days since we've been in the hotel. I know everybody else has, but it was awesome just to see the environment and take it all in that first pitch of the game. It's everything you could expect and more. I mean, Coach told us whenever we won the Super Regional that it's going to be everything you expect times 4, and he was right about it. And I'd say times 10. But it was awesome just to enjoy that first game, and we're ready for the next one.
Brayden.
Yeah, like I said earlier, we were just focused on slowing ourselves down because it's such a big environment and such a big stage. But it was unbelievable. It was everything I thought it would be. And, it was awesome.
Okay, let's go to Leah here.
Leah Van, Baton Rouge Advocate. Brayden, you had 3 extra base hits tonight. What were you seeing from the plate?
Yeah, I was just trying to get the ball. I was trying to get the ball up. Stay at the bottom of the zone. That was something that I needed to improve from last weekend, and that was the focus in BP and all the training going into the this week. So, just sticking to my plan. Following what our coaches tell us, and it worked out positive for me.
Okay, Jake.
Jake McKeever, College Baseball Central. Gavin, can you kind of talk us through that at bat with the home run, what you were looking for, and what you saw?
Just obviously, like Brayden said, just trying to get something up. Our game plan was to get balls up with the guy. I mean, he had a lot of sink, a lot of run. So the only way to be successful was to see him over the plate. And unfortunately, I was able to spit on 2 balls and then see 1 ball up. So I was lucky enough to put a good swing on a good ball and put the Tigers out in front right there.
Back over here. Let's see.
Grant Sasher in the Valley Shook. For a lot of you guys, this is your first time playing in front of 20,000 fans in Omaha. How do you guys handle the nerves? This is a question for all you guys.
Paul, you start.
This is something that we've looked forward to all year. This is why I came to LSU. But honestly, playing in front of as many fans as we have at Alex Box, and kind of mentally preparing over the last 10 months or whatever it's been, when it comes down to it, it just comes down to execution. And Coach says the game doesn't change, people change. And as long as we make it to where we don't change, then that allows us to have success here.
Brayden?
Yeah, we like to embrace it no matter how many fans are in the stands. At Alex Box, we average probably 9,000 to 10,000 a game. It's, the only place in the country that's like that. So, I wouldn't say we're used to playing in front of 20,000 people, but, we play in front of crowds a lot. So, it's super cool. And if you just look around and, have a full circle moment, it's like, how can you not have the most fun? It's just go out there, have fun, and embrace the opportunity that we're given.
Absolutely. No, to go along with that, I would say we play 56 games in the regular season, and we play 56 playoff games in our mind. So every game that we play is a playoff game. No matter what we do, no matter how we prepare, we're preparing to win a playoff game. And that's something that I think that has made us very successful in those moments, and what's going to continue to help us move forward.
Okay, this will be the last question coming up. Jocelyn?
Jocelyn Stamps, Sports Illustrated Kids. Paul, what advice would you give to kids facing a pitcher like you?
Oh, man. Be ready for the fastball. I don't know what else to say.
That's pretty much it. That's all you can do.
You throw fastballs, yeah. Okay, men, thank you. You're excused, and then we'll start here in a second.
Thank you.
Questions for Coach Johnson. That's a good answer, Paul. Thanks, guys. Thanks. Okay. First question, we'll start here with Sam.
Hey, Coach, you've been around here long enough to know that there's been really great pitchers who have come here and not done well. What can you say about Paul's performance tonight with all the pressure and all the attention on him the way it was?
Yeah, I'm really proud of him, and I certainly don't take these outings for granted, but that's about the 16th one that we've seen like that, and remarkable. I'm really proud of him for tonight because he had a lot on his plate here, and all great things, with the DeKalser Award, but that was took a lot of time and effort, and what a great honor. And, he just showed tonight why he was probably the clear-cut winner for that award. So we tried to get him some rest and kind of insulate him as best we could so he could be on track with his preparation, because he does that better than anybody else. As good as the performance is, the preparation is even better. And I think what gets lost with him sometimes, because his stuff is so amazing, the pitch execution is tremendous. And when you put that kind of stuff with that kind of execution, you have Paul Skenes.
Okay. Go to Leah here, and then we'll go to
Leah Van, Baton Rouge Advocate. Jay, I know Paul's had great outings this whole season, but what do you think was the difference between the last time he faced this lineup to this time?
Yeah, we kind of did a hybrid thing of, look back at those games, and then we look back at where they were recently, and some of those guys have improved, and we felt like we needed to attack them a little bit different way. And then looking at it also, their plan early in the game, we were able to kind of figure out what they were trying to do with him. And then Wes did a nice job of calling pitches, and then Big Man took care of the rest as far as execution.
Okay, back here. Michael?
Yeah, Jay, that was going to be my question. Just the selection. You were talking about the execution, but the selection to keep them off balance and the change working early. Do you feel like that really was the tone setter?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, they were on fastballs in the first inning. They had a hit. Inslee had a hit, and then Dickey lined out, and so Ahuna swung early, and so you could tell they were trying to jump him, and sometimes that's all you can do. And when it's getting on you that fast, you have to make an early decision. And when you have to make an early decision and he starts throwing his changeup like that, there's not a lot you can do. And, the execution of all three tonight was pretty elite.
Right here, Doc.
Coach, the job Josh Pearson did in left field tonight made a few nice catches for you.
Yeah, spectacular. Tonight was very reminiscent of we started this season at Texas A&M league play. Started league play at Texas A&M. It was a bigger field. The wind was blowing in. We played him because I just think he gives us professional at-bats. He's a pretty good defensive outfielder, and that paid off. And he's obviously earned his spot in there with how he's performed throughout the postseason. But left field here is a really tough place to play at the 6 o'clock game. There's sun that sits right over there, and we actually had to warn him about it. We're here in 21. We hit a double over the left fielder's head, and then we misplayed a ball in left field in the first inning. So it's really tough, but he did a nice job. And Mark Wanaka, I've said this before, is the best positioner of outfielders in the planet, and he earned his money tonight with that. They hit a couple right at Dylan and right at Josh.
Okay, go back right there, Tina.
Jay, Zachary Junda, and the Valley Shook. We've talked a lot about Paul Skenes tonight, but what about the job Riley Cooper did coming in and closing this thing out, especially after it got a little hairy in the eighth?
Yeah, poise, competitiveness, winner, and all of the above. And he's been at his best, here basically since the SEC tournament. That's like 4 or 5 really good outings in a row. And the tempo was amazing. I mean, it was like get the ball back on the rubber, strike one. I mean, it was really impressive. And, like I said, sometimes it's not about spin rates. It's not about velocity. It's about winning pitching. And Riley's doing a lot of winning pitching right now.
Did he seem comfortable, especially having a previous experience?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. And I've felt that way the whole NCAA tournament and certainly tonight.
Let's go right here first.
Coach, so far, all the other 3 games so far this weekend have been won in the last 2 innings. What words did you have to Riley Cooper when he went into close?
Yeah, we actually talked about that. It's 3 one-run games in the previous 3. And, you never know when those big pitches are going to come that are going to tip the game. And so a lot of boring, stay in the moment, present moment focus, type stuff, and try to win as many innings as we could. And all those runs, taking it from 2-0 to 4-0, and then from 4-0 to 5-0 on Trey's sac fly, and then Brayden's home run. That proved to be a really big deal. But for him, it was just about execution. He came in after the home run, and there was 2 outs in the inning. So it was really just about getting that first guy out, and we did an infield single. Nice try on that play by Jordan right there with the guy running down the line. But then to strike out Christian Moore, who has had a phenomenal season, one of the best players in the SEC, hands down for me. But he made it really tough on him with how he executed. So, and then he was pumped up after that one, and then I just kind of looked at Wes and I was like, hey, get him settled back down because we got to go out and get 3 more outs. And so, but you know what you're going to get with him, and that's the best thing I'll say about him is you know what you're going to get with Riley.
We had one back here, I think. Yeah.
Hey, Coach. I was just sort of curious with Brayden, how much do you think that offseason surgery has helped him just see the ball and just hit it a lot more consistently this year?
Yeah, he's done a great job. And in every phase, we last year's evaluation, there was areas we needed marked improvement, and we've talked about those things: athleticism, defense, vision, plate discipline, at bats between homers, and he's literally done all of that. And you win games this time of year when guys like him, step up and play their best. And it's game-winning homer against Oregon State, in that 1-0 game of the regional was obviously big, and 3 great at bats tonight. And just when I look up, because we're looking at him in the face from the third base dugout, just the self-control and the locked in, and he was a professional hitter tonight.
Okay, this will be our last question here, Michael.
Yeah, Jay, if you would kind of talk about the offense. Obviously, you guys have seen a lot of top-tier pitchers, but you always seem to find a way to figure them out. Gavin getting it going, and Brayden, as you just alluded to. But what is it about those guys? Is it just their ability to stay in the moment and kind of work through the problem?
Yeah, good pitching beats good hitting. I mean, that's baseball has always been that way. We have a great offense. I think 1 to 9 is you have a lot of things working for you right now. There's some speed, there's some power, obviously, solid hitting skills throughout, but you got a ton of college at bats in there, and they've been useful. And what I mean by that is they all weren't exactly what they are now, but they hold themselves to a high standard of what the team needs out of them. And then they just don't give in, way a lot of typical college hitters do. And then when you do that, you get to some of the talent in terms of on-base percentage and slugging, runs, all of those types of things. I thought we played very mature baseball tonight. I mean, we got the 1 error, but that was a tough play. Jordan did everything right on that play to come get it, and the only hop he could have caught was the short hop and still made the play. But I thought we played great, clean baseball on both sides, took really good at bats, and then we had some, like I said, we had some of our guys were guys tonight.
Thank you, Jay. And we'll see you Monday night.
Yes, sir.
Wake will be the home team.
Yes, sir.